Speaking of radio coils, we've been using this one for the past month to give you guys a sense of what Run On Less is all about. Mike McHorse of NACFE joins us, NACFE.org. Head over there to find out more about that amazing program and those amazing folks. Mike McHorse was embedded, is the best way to say it, with Albert Transport. He joins us this morning. Hey, Mike, welcome back.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Albert Transport. Let's kind of set them up first, and then we're going to kind of talk about, your industry engagement. You're taking the lead on diesel fleets in the Run On Less program, but let's talk about Albert first.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So, today's profile that we're putting up on runonless.com features Albert Transport, who is basically an independent owner-operator, Henry Albert. A couple fun facts. Henry started the company in 1983, so he's been trucking for quite a long time. Fun fact, Henry said the only time he's ever idled his truck overnight is when he had the flu and fell asleep. And other than that, he's very, very fuel conscious, probably one of the top MPG guys in the country running diesel. Lifetime average on his current 2022 Cascadia that he'll be running in the demonstration run, 10.5 miles per gallon, with a lifetime high of, I believe it was 13.7 miles per gallon on that truck.
So basically what you're dealing with here is somebody with a great deal of experience, which means the information, often we have to look at stuff in the aftermath, but if you're in fact embedded with that gentleman, what you're really looking at is a lifetime of institutional knowledge and experience. So you're getting a real sense of what's going on in the moment if you have access to him. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, absolutely. I encourage everybody to get on the website, watch Henry's profile video that we just posted today. If you're looking for information on how to operate a diesel Class 8 truck, get more fuel efficiently, there isn't probably anybody in the industry that knows more about that than Henry, and not only knows it but practices it every day.
I want to let people know, as we always do, runonless.com /participants / Albert Transport is the one you want to go to out of Laredo, Texas. I do want to talk about your boots on the ground experience, what your time there, what you really got a chance to observe. Although I'm getting a feeling, given your description of Albert, there's really a sense of that we get a sense of where we're going with this. So kind of take it away. What did you learn? What did you discover? And then what are you looking forward to in regards to what's happening in September?
Sure. Yeah. No, it was good. We actually filmed Henry's profile up at the Detroit power train plant up in Redford, Michigan. It was kind of a homecoming for me, having been a Daimler guy for 28 years in marketing roles. Was up there, saw a lot of friends. But it was interesting because Henry, one of the runs that he does, he actually gets up there to Redford and picks up engines and takes those back to Laredo that probably end up in a Daimler factory down in Mexico. So, and that's one of the runs. Henry runs very heavy with the vehicle and through mountainous terrain on his way back from Michigan to Texas, and still cranks out some great numbers. We're looking forward with the equipment we're going to have on the truck. You'll be able to monitor Henry's vehicle performance through a 3-week period in September, and see he's got 3 basic runs that he does. Some of them, they're light enough where he's got lift axles on the tractor and the trailer, and he runs with just those, basically three axle sets down on the ground. So it's exciting. We're anxious. We've got not only the diesel group that Henry's participating in, but we've got hydrogen electric trucks, we've got battery electric trucks, and we've got natural gas. So it's going to be a great demonstration of how these what we call messy middle fuel alternatives are going to perform in the real world, running real freight. So we're excited.
We got a chance, by the way, of course, to talk about what's going on with the UPS over in Salt Lake City and the idea of, being in a valley, essentially being in a bowl, often results in carbon capture of the kind that you really don't want to have. And so UPS made the commitment, of course, to natural gas. Each one of these participants has not just been picked because of their outstanding work and driving records. They've been picked because each one of them offers the possibility of seeing one of these technologies, this messy middle we talk about, in action, and what the advantages and what some of the challenges are going in there. Can you talk a little bit about forging a relationship with Albert Transport, and in forging that relationship, why it is you guys decided to move forward with them as, I don't want to say the guinea pig, because a guinea pig suggests that something could go wrong. This is why you chose to pick them as a way of seeing, let's see this situation operate under its best possible conditions.
Sure, absolutely. Albert Transport Henry participated in the first run on LESS back in 2017. So obviously the relationship was forged with NACFE at that point in time, and has stayed very active in following his progress toward these incredible fuel economy numbers that he brings in. And it's always nice to be able to go back and talk to somebody to that caliber to make sure that that the advice well, I wouldn't say advice, but the information that NACFE puts out in our reports and things like that is validated with that real world data. So Henry's a great participant from that perspective, and somebody that we can count on to provide real world information that we can pass on to folks who visit NACFE and the information that we provide.
Well, that seems to me, like I said, as I've kind of listened to all of you guys talk over the last couple of weeks, there is the developing strategy of both old and new. Is that you want to simultaneously have enough institutional knowledge, not just of trucking, but of what it is you guys do, while at the same time being able to look at new things, onboard new ideas. And it seems that Henry, in some ways, falls under the ability of developing partnerships. We like to say on this show, and some of our contributors always talk about the fact that you're only as good as your partners. And I was kind of curious, if you have a minute, how you guys decide, not only, the idea of, bringing back Henry makes perfect sense. Here's a guy that knows what it is you're up to. He has insights from last time. He forges a real partnership. How do you guys make choices to onboard new people or to look at new folks in regards to run on less? When you decide to do this again, how do you make a choice to bring in somebody new? Because the institutional knowledge makes sense, especially when they've got the work and driving record of Albert. But how do you guys make a decision to bring somebody else in new in order to look at whatever else it is that is next?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things there. One is we're looking for people that are kind of on that let's call it the bleeding edge a little bit, where they want to try these new technologies to see how they perform in relationship to generally their standard powertrains that they run. So you might have a fleet that's 99% diesel, but they're looking at these technologies like hydrogen electric or something like that, just to see how they perform against their standard. So we obviously look for those people, but then sometimes they find us too. And they might come to us and say, "Hey, when's your next run? We'd love to participate in it. We've got a battery electric fleet joyride running the new Windrose truck this year that kind of came to us that way a little bit too. They love the opportunity to showcase what they're doing and show how their truck's going to perform. Yeah, and then you've got your fleets like we'll be talking here in a couple of weeks about Mesilla Valley Transport out of New Mexico, and there's a fleet running in the diesel category that cranks out some for a large fleet some incredible fuel economy numbers, and they are really looking at all times how to continue to increase those. So it's exciting. We're again a variety of fleets that we want to showcase to make sure everybody really understands what the different technologies are doing out there.
Mike McHorse is joining us this morning, and we're always kind of thrilled to have him along for the ride. Of course, he is the Director of Industry Engagement and the lead on diesel fleets and Run on Less. The other thing is that there is no fuel that we have more data on than diesel in regards to the trucking industry. You made mention of it too, about the idea of how other fleets actually maintain such great mileage. What are you looking for ultimately? We're almost out of time here. What are you looking for ultimately when it comes to diesel, what is the next things that you guys are always focused on? The electric stuff, the natural gas, the hydrogen. I understand that there's a lot of things that are new that are coming your way. What new are you looking for in regards to these diesel runs?
Well, I think the exciting thing specific to diesel in this run on list is we've got not only traditional diesel, but we've got fleet running biodiesel and a fleet running renewable diesel. So here's an opportunity for the that segment to start looking at ways that they can lower their carbon footprint by running these other diesel products and also maintain that fuel economy. Also in that diesel category, because you've got that traditional powertrain, a lot of these fleets are looking at what other things can they do with aerodynamics and things like that to make that truck even that much more efficient. In Henry's video, you'll notice that he is running a 2022 Freightliner Cascadia, but we also showcased his 2025 next gen Cascadia that he will be starting to operate very soon. And then we talk about a lot of things that truck's going to offer to Henry as well in regards to aerodynamic improvements.
I wish we could actually go on because this stuff is really terrific. Mike McHorse has joined us. Guys, go to runonless.com. And of course, you go to the participants page. It is a beautifully curated page. That video that Mike is talking about it's great. And I can't wait to see what the other truck does sooner rather than later. Mike, I can't wait to get you back on. What you got planned for the weekend?
Well, I'm actually out in Oregon. Escaped Arizona for a couple of weeks to get some cooler weather, so I'm really enjoying it.
By the way, I envy you. I'm down here in New Orleans. It's a little warm, to say the least. Like yesterday, I walked outside after showering, and I was wet all over again. Thank you, Mike. Go have the best of weekends.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Runonless.com, by the way, NACFE.org is where you can also go. Lots of great stuff happening.